It's your boy Dave Partner. Um, Welcome to the second video. Alright, we have a little issue here. My WordPress is not working perfectly well, which means I have to reinstall it. But I could have done it without making this video, but I wanted to show you in case you run into the same kind of issues by following me exactly. Remember, if yours is working perfectly well, you don't need to do anything. But I just want to walk over the whole process again just one more time. So what you do is you visit davepartner.com or whatever your own website is. Okay, that's how you see the front end of yours. As you can see, mine has changed for some reason that I don't know. All right, then secondly, we have to go to the back end of this. Normally you click this customize to be able to, but you see it's giving me all sorts of errors. So another thing we can do is to go to the back end. Look at my browser. I visited my website.com/wp-admin. okay, that's how you get to the back end where you can log in. Now look at what my login page looks like. It's terrible. It's white. This is not how it's supposed to be. This is not how it was in the other video. So something is wrong somewhere that is messing up everything. Alright, it's messing up a lot of things. So one thing we can do is I want to do a reinstall of everything, okay, as if I'm starting from scratch again. Alright, so what I would do is simple. Just go to DavePartner and cPanel. Remember, I taught you that's how you start. You go to cPanel. This is what the cPanel login page looks like. You enter your username and password. It was sent to you via email. Now the most likely reason why I was logged out was because my WordPress went bad, was because I did not change the password, the default password, when installing it. That's the most likely reason. So it's likely that it was hacked, and it's good that you're saying it. So how do we uninstall our WordPress and reinstall? You scroll down to where you installed it. Look at software clause, the bottom of your cPanel. Click on WordPress, or you click on this arrow to find WordPress. You see, mine is at the first. Click on WordPress, and then it will load WordPress. Okay, we're good. Now WordPress is loaded. First of all, we have to uninstall the already existing installation. Look at this on March 26th. That's when I installed it. So I'm going to click this to uninstall it. So it's asking me whether I should remove everything. I say remove everything. Alright, I know we went through this kind of thing before, but I'm just going to hurriedly go through the installation again. So you click on return to overview. Remember, if yours is okay, you don't need to go through this process. So I'm just going to do install now. So it's asking me all these questions, asking me, look at where we made the mistake. We did not change this default login as admin and password as password. So I'm going to change it, which means I will pause this video and change it, and also eventually I'll have to create this email. All right, every other thing here is okay. So let me change it. So I've changed it, and I'll come to the bottom here, and without installing any theme, to avoid any kind of problem, I'm not going to install any theme. So I'm just going to click install. Alright, so it's going to install fresh installation of WordPress. I have a freshly installed WordPress. Let me zoom in again so you can see. This is, if I click on this, it's going to bring me to my WordPress installation. This is a default WordPress installation, default website, okay? And then if I click on this, it's going to take me to the admin section. Alright, where I have to log in with the email and password I just created. But the thing is that it has already logged me in. Okay, now if yours looked like this initially, and you didn't encounter the problem that I encountered, one thing I want you to do is to come here and change your username and password. Okay, so this is a user. By the right here is where you manage all your users. So I just clicked on users here, and then I'm able to see that I just have one user, which is me, which is the administrator. Okay, look at where you manage users. The role is administrator. So if I pull to the right, you see that this user has been automatically made to make one post. So this is where, if you have a staff, let's say you are running a blog, okay, you employ the staff of 8 people. Okay, you create accounts for them here. Look at this by the left. By the left here, you create an account with add new for each of your staff. You put their email and password so that they will have access to this blogging platform too. So they will be writing articles and be posting for you. All right. So you can see the number of articles each person wrote from here. Okay. And you should be the only one that will be an administrator. You can change their roles. So let's say I want to edit this user. Let me zoom in so you can see. If I click on this, edit, it's going to take me to this page where I can edit this user. I can do syntax highlighting. You don't need to touch much things here. It's just asking you about theme and color and whatever. So here asks you about the first name and last name of the user. You can enter it. You cannot change the username. This username, I entered it when I was installing WordPress. That place I put username and password, okay? And nickname, okay? Display name, all these things you can configure them. So I think I should just be doing that straight away. So I have Dave, and I can put something like partner here. Good. So nickname, real Dave, partner, okay, whatever. Just put any nickname. I'm making them different so you can see. So this is the display name publicly. I'll choose Dave partner as the public display name. So this is the email. If you change this, we will send you an email to your new address to confirm it. The new address will not become active until confirmed. Okay, so this is the email. We've not created this email, but we'll create it. Also, remember that you can actually use your Gmail here or your Yahoo Mail if you're more confident with it. So let's say I don't have a website, but look at where you can change password. So this can, if you click on this, it's gonna generate password. You can upload a picture or an avatar here, all right? Then you can click update profile. Remember that if you generate password, it's gonna generate a very complex password for you. So you better write it down, but I wouldn't generate password. All right, since I already entered a complex password before, so I'll click update profile and we're good. All right, now we've sorted out, we've seen how to add, remove users and all. And this is how you can view your profile directly. This is my profile. All right. So we're going to go to the next one, which is we'll go to appearance and our plugins. Let us add the Elementor plugin. So let's say you don't want to use an Elementor and you want to install your own themes. Theme is an already designed front end of a website. Okay, so if you click on appearance, you see that it selects themes automatically. Okay, so right here you can see that there are already 4 themes that come with this WordPress by default. To me, none of them looks cool. So if I click on add new theme, it's gonna ask me whether I want to upload a theme. Look at this. If I've already designed it by myself, let's say I'm a WordPress designer, if I design it by myself, I can upload it. But usually they have a lot of free ones online, which is already showing up here. Look at this one. This one is for a shopping cart website. This one is for a blog. So basically search for a theme that looks like what you are looking for. This one is for photography. This one is for selling of shirts. So if I was looking for a football, so I can type football here or sports. You type it here. I have to zoom in. See, I typed something here. I didn't even click send enter, and they started loading the football site. Look at this football site. I think I should zoom in so you can see. Remember, you can always click on preview. If you want to install it so that your site will be automatically redesigned to look like it, you click on install, which I'm not gonna do. I'm just showing you around, okay? So if I click on preview, opens a new page for me and tries to preview, load. Look at it, it's loading it to show me what my site will look like if I install that WordPress football theme, okay? So I think generally we're good. So if I want to leave this page, look at this. Top left corner, you're saying this cancel and you're saying install. I don't want to install it, I'll click cancel. It takes me back to this place. Now we're going to have to install something that helps us design a theme, a plugin called Elementor, all right? So just before I install Elementor, remember that if you actually select a theme, okay, you can actually customize that theme and you can add widgets, menus. You know what is the example of a menu? Let me find something and show you preview. So this is an example of a menu. You see, about us page, whatever page, this is a menu. These are sub menus, you see, and there are usually menus at the bottom too. This one doesn't have menu at the bottom. Then there are widgets. This is a widget. A widget is displaying each article in line, and some sites have multiple widgets. Like if you look at this video, this picture preview, you'll see that there is a login part form or registration form. It's a widget. Okay, so in a website you have widgets and you have menus. So WordPress gives you the opportunity to edit them as you want. But we're going to see that, don't worry. We're going to see that in practice. Alright, so let's go ahead. We'll click on plugins. We'll click on add new. Well, first of all, let's look at installed plugins. So plugins are basically like pieces of code, like extra functionalities that are written that you can optionally add to your system or to your WordPress installation. So installed plugins, this one is anti-spam, SPAM, look at it, Askimet anti-spam. So spam is when people come to your the comment section of your WordPress and start posting anything. They post a link because they know, let's say you write an article, okay, and there's a comment section where people are supposed to post comments that are related to the article they just read on your page. Instead, they put a link to their own website or whatever they are selling. You understand? Because your article is already getting lots of views. Their link will also get lots of clicks. People will read it and click on it. So that's spam. So this plugin comes by default with WordPress, and it is supposed to help you guide against such spam comments. Okay. So, but what we're actually looking at here is the add new feature. So you click on add new. All right. Now it shows us there are thousands and thousands of features you can add to your WordPress. For instance, this is Askimet anti-spam that we just saw. That's a plugin. It already exists. It's asking us to update. Okay, but the one that doesn't exist is Jetpack by WordPress. You have to install it, but I'm not installing it. We don't want it. Okay, so what we can do is to go to the right. So pan to the right here, search plugins. We're going to search for something that we're going to install. It's called Elementor. Okay, we're installing two types of Elementor. So the page builder and the add-ons for Elementor. So this is the one that will help us to do the design, the page builder. Okay, I'll click on install. While it's installing, let's look at something. This is this one that will give us extra features. So it will put this on steroids basically. So as you can see, it has 4 million active installations. So over 4 million websites are using Elementor. This one is 500,000 active installations. So depending on the speed of your internet, this will install very quickly or very slowly like mine. My internet is pretty slow at the moment. So at the same time, we can start installing the essential add-ons, but we're just gonna wait. Okay, now we have something interesting. The page builder has installed, so we're gonna click on activate. I'm gonna say changes that you maybe say leave. So it's taking us to some page where it's going to activate. So right here is the page. It's showing us a video. Like I told you, my internet is slow. It's going to load a video here that you can watch. Quickly watching this video is going to tell you give you an overview of the features of Elementor. Or if this is the first time you ever seen Elementor, then you should just watch this video. No need to practicalize anything. Just watch it. So it should show you about Elementor. So there's a guide here. Okay, but I wouldn't advise. I'm going to show you directly, so you don't need to follow this. So I'm going to close this. Let me close. Click on this to close. So it's closed and our Elementor is installed. Now we're going to head back to where we came from so that we can activate the other one. So we'll go to plugins, installed. Let's click on add new. Okay, we search for the one we just installed. Okay, we can just do installed plugins. So here I'm gonna zoom. So you see installed plugins. Click on it, and then we're going to see Elementor is installed. This one is installed but not activated, so Elementor add-on, so I'll click on activate and then zoom out. Okay, now we have activated the two of them. Remember that there's a pro version, but we're going to just stick to the free version. All right, let's go ahead. Before we explore Elementor, we need to first of all create a page. But before we even do that, let us take a look at our default page. Let's say you are inside this WordPress dashboard admin section. The way to view your site is to hover your mouse over this and then click on visit site. So it's gonna open your website. Look at this. Okay, so we're looking at our website, what it looks like one more time. So I'm going to go back. Let me go back. I'm just gonna click this back button and it brings me right back to the dashboard. Remember, another way to go to the dashboard is to visit your site.com/WP. Visit this. All right, that's another way to get here. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is click on page. Let's see all pages first. So let's see the pages that exist already. We have privacy policy and sample page. These are the two pages that came with our platform by default. So let's go see what they look like. I'll click on my blog. Okay, I'll hover over my blog. I'm not clicking anything. Place my mouse here and then right click and then open in a new tab. Okay, I just want two of them open in a new tab. So now it's open in a new tab. What I have is this. So at the right hand corner here, you're going to see sample page, which is something we already have here. Look at it. It says privacy policy and sample page. If I click sample page here, you will see that there is basically nothing really. Look at what's inside. Sample page. This is an example of whatever. This is just dummy text that came with the installation by default. So let's click here just to compare. This is what our users see. All right, we're the only ones that see this backend only here. So if I click on sample page, it opens this, then I can see the exact same text, the way our users will see it. Now, because I'm currently logged in at the backend on this browser, which is I'm using Chrome. Because I'm currently logged in, I'm seeing the option to edit. If I click on this edit, it will still bring me all the way back into my admin dashboard where I can edit this. So if I call this sample page test, okay, I call it sample page test, I pan to the right. Now what we're doing here is just gibberish, but I'm just using it to show you an example of how to edit a page in WordPress before we even get to Elementor. So I'll click update. Now if you look at the right side corner, you will see a number of things that are here. For instance, visibility, it's public. So if I don't want this page to be public again, maybe I want to unpublish the page. This is where I'll change the visibility. If I want to delete the page, look at it, I'll click move to trash. Maybe you created a page you don't like again, you delete it. Now here we have permalink sample page. Okay, this is a URL. So if somebody wanted to visit this page, this is what it will look like. devpartner.com/sample page, which is what I entered here. So I can always choose what the URL will be once the person types the partner/what. This is where you can write it. You can add images to this page. You see select featured image. You select it, click on it, and select from your computer. And a number of things you can do. For instance, page attributes. Let me minimize this. Zoom out. So default template and also a whole lot of things you can do. You can even edit this text as I've shown you, but we're not gonna do any of that. Instead, we're gonna create a page. So and we call it home page. So if you hover your mouse over this, it's gonna bring these two options. I'm gonna click add new. So the page I'm gonna create, I'll just call it home page. All right. So without doing any other thing on this page, it just says sample empty page. I think I should call it type just empty page. So I just want to have some text here, right? So I'll come here and click publish. So one thing I can advise you is that in this WordPress, Once you get it, just try and click around, look around, see what everything does. Okay, see what everything does. If you don't understand something, you can Google it, but generally that's how it works. Then as you can see here, it's telling me edit with Elementor, but that's not what I'll follow. Instead, I'll go see the site again. So we'll go and see it the way our users will see it. We'll click on right click, new tab, it opens up. This is the way our users will see the page. Look at the second page. Have you seen sample page test? And then you have home page. If I click on home page, everything will be empty. It says empty page. All right. Let's say if you click on customize, customize brings you here. Now this is where you're going to do the most of the magic about this site. The most of the magic, this is where you're going to do it. All right. Now what you have to understand about this is that every part of this page is editable. All these things you're seeing here, you can edit them if you can just find them here. All right, these are like pointers to these different parts of the page. For instance, this is the header part of the page. Okay, then this is the menu. So if you click on menus, then you can modify this menu. So if I click on create new menu now, I can create a new menu, but that's not what I'm gonna do. Then you have other options for menus. So the rest of the page, including this homepage settings. So I think we're gonna start here. So if you scroll, from here now, if you look at homepage settings, click on it. It's gonna ask you your latest post or static page. So initially, from this design, what people are seeing is recent posts, okay? But we're not building a blog. We just want to build a normal website. So we're gonna select static page. Okay, then it asks us some questions like which page is going to be our home page. Remember that we used to have sample page test, and then we created another page we called home page. Click on it. Okay, so it's asking post page. Select home page. Now in case you don't understand what is home page is a word in software development or web development that stands for what is the page that your users will see if they visit your site. If somebody types devpartner.com, all right, without putting / anything, just devpartner.com, which page will they see? That page they will see is called the home page. So sometimes in some websites like Facebook, if you type facebook.com, you will see the login page. That is if you're not logged in. On that page, you will still see the sign up page. But after you've logged in, if you visit facebook.com, what you're going to see is your timeline. Now, if you want to see groups or pages or whatever, then you have to click around. So that's what home page is. All right. So we just created a default page that anytime somebody visits our site, they're going to see it. Now, whenever you're done with any edit you want to do, you click on publish. If you click on publish, it will now be visible from your front end. That is, your users can now see it. So, but if you're looking at here, it's giving me an error saying unable to save due to one invalid setting because somewhere. So it's saying homepage and post page must be different. So I'm going to leave it empty to see publish. So we've published. If we now come to our site, look at the top here, the address bar. Remember what I told you? This place is called the address bar. So if you look at the address bar, if I visit it, I clicked on it and clicked enter. You see, once somebody visits devpartner.com, what they now see is the home page.